Thousands are taking part in No Kings protests south of the border this weekend.
We will not bow down to any king. We will stand up and let him know this country does not belong to him. It belongs to us.
The demonstrators are against U.S. President Donald Trump's policies. Organizers say protests are taking place in nearly 2,000 locations nationwide. In New York, retailers are bracing for potential violence and have boarded up their storefronts. In Texas, thousands of National Guard troops have been deployed. Meanwhile, a curfew is in effect in L.A., which has been the site of near-daily demonstrations that began last week. And later today in Washington, D.C., the U.S. Army will celebrate its 250th anniversary on what is also President Trump's 79th birthday. Preparations were underway yesterday for the big event, estimated to cost some $45 million. Trump has warned that anyone considering protesting the parade will be, quote, met with very big force. Joining us now with the latest on all of this is CTV's Washington Bureau Chief Joy Malbon. Joy, paint us a picture. What is the scene like in Washington today?
Well, there's a heavy police presence here. Behind me are some demonstrators who are getting ready to rally and march down to the White House. They are against many of President Trump's policies, from the deportation raids that we have seen in Los Angeles to what they call his overreaches, authoritarianism practices. There are demonstrations across the country, mass demonstrations in just about every single city, some of the largest since Donald Trump took office. Downtown near the White House, it is locked down. There are huge barriers, those no-scale fences that you've seen before, concrete barriers, big dump trucks to block people from going down, and road closures. You just can't get into this city. A lot of the major highways are closed down, and this I haven't seen before. DCA, Reagan Airport, for 4 hours during the president's military parade. No flights will be going in or out. They're locking down that airport for about 4 hours. So no flights. About 100 flights will be affected by that.
So the president earlier this week said that protesters would be met with strong force. What's happening on that front?
Well, yes, he said that, but then later the White House press secretary said, no. What he meant was if there was any violence in the streets that they have seen in some of the cities like New York, Chicago, Seattle, angry over these deportation raids that have been taking place in Los Angeles, they would be met with heavy force. But, I've never seen this lockdown, this city lockdown as much as it has been. I took a walk around yesterday, and for about 19 square miles, you can't get anywhere. Donald Trump has been wanting this military parade for some time now. He really likes France's Bastille Day, and of course, he admires Russia's show of military might. But there's been a lot of pushback on this parade. We're talking thousands of tanks and armored vehicles, helicopters on display, because the price tag for this parade pageant is pretty hefty, about $45 million, especially at a time when the Trump administration is cutting social services and Medicaid for poor people as he tries to pass some of his domestic agenda.
Now, Joy, this parade all happening on the same day as a fatal shooting in Minnesota that the governor is calling politically motivated. What are you learning there?
Yeah, I mean, this was a shocking turn of events. I mean, the last time I remember something like this happening was when Gabby Giffords was gunned down at an event, at a political event. She barely survived. And as we know now, the representative, Melissa Hortman, and her husband have been killed. And John Hoffman is in surgery, state senator. They are Democrats. We don't know what the political motivation was, but when the governor says he felt this was, that they were targeted, that this was a political target and that they were, this was an assassination. It's pretty serious business. I mean, this just speaks to the divisions in this country, in America today. You've got people who support Donald Trump, support his push for more executive power. Certainly the governor of California has gone to court saying, hey, you can't put Marines on our streets. You can't put National Guard on our streets, against his objections. He wasn't even consulted, and then you have other people pushing back. And that's why it's quite surprising if these demonstrations, all these demonstrations take place in Atlanta, Philadelphia, New York, it seems to be some kind of resistance to Donald Trump's push for more power.
A day of political division. All right. That is CTV's Washington Bureau Chief Joy Malbon reporting for us. Thanks for this, Joy.
Thank you.